Whenever you mention the name of Mary in front of Muslims, they will tell you they love and they respect Mary so much. As a matter of fact, that's why Surah 19, Quran chapter 19, is named after Mary. Surah Maryam. That's because Muslims love her. Is that so? Is that true? Is that why the first Muslims named chapter 19 Mary? Because they loved Mary? They named it Mary because they respected Mary that much? I beg to differ. They did not name the chapter Mary because they loved Mary. They named the chapter Maryam because there's a story about Maryam in the chapter. As a matter of fact, if you look at every chapter, every surah in Quran, the way they name it is silly. For example, if you go to Surah 29, Surah Ankabut. Ankabut means spider. Why was it named spider? Because in that chapter, there's a story, there's a parable about spider. As you can read in verse 41 in front of you. The example of those who take allies other than Allah is like that of the spider who takes a home. And indeed, the weakest of home is the home of the spider, if they only knew. I mean, the verse is obviously so stupid. It is wrong no matter what, because spider web is stronger than steel. And secondly, I believe there was a story about how Muhammad was saved by spider web. The story about how Muhammad was running away and hiding from his enemies during some raids or battle. And then he ran away into a cave, and there's a spider building their web there. And the enemy couldn't find him because the cave was covered with a spider web. I don't know how big the spider is or how big the cave is. How is that even possible? I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is, this verse is silly. But back to the topic. This is how any surah is actually named or was named. Surah Al-Baqarah. Baqarah means cow. When you go to chapter 2, verse 67, you will read a story about cow, about a kurban, about a sacrifice. And that's why the whole chapter is called cow. You go to Surah An-Nisa, Quran chapter 4, and that is talking about women. Well, not necessarily in a positive way. For example, if you go to verse 3 is just talking about how you may marry 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 women. And if you go to verse 11, I believe, verse 11 to verse 11, how girls should get half of inheritance compared to boys. That's why the chapter is called Women. And this chapter is called Women, nothing to do with respecting women. If anything, this is disgusting. We, or the Quran, if you read the Quran, Surah An-Nisa, we will understand how actually women are the second-class citizen in Islam from Surah An-Nisa. So it's not about respecting women at all. If anything, it's the opposite. Anyway, I hope this short video will help you to understand how chapters in Quran were named. Don't be fooled by the Muslims. Anyway, that's all from me for today. Whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, God bless you all. Have a nice life.